What's going on, guys, and welcome on into this episode diving into another options trading strategy. And in this case, we're diving into the Iron Condor. Okay, it's similar to what we talked about in the last video. So if you guys haven't seen that, definitely check it out here after the end of this video. But we're diving into the Iron Condor. We don't want to waste any of your time, so let's just jump right on in. And if you get something out of this video, consider hitting that thumbs up button and consider checking out a bunch of other videos we have on this channel, all for free. So this is an options trading strategy that will be consisting of 2 puts and 2 calls at 4 strike prices, but they all have the exact expiration date. Okay, 2 puts, 2 calls, different strike prices for all of them, but the same expiration. Okay, so it has a very similar payoff structure as a regular Condor strat, which we talked about in the last video, but in this case, we are using both calls and puts instead of just only calls or only puts. Okay, so it's another extension of the butterfly and iron butterfly spreads that we've also talked about in recent videos. So what are the key takeaways from Investopedia before we dive in? An Iron Condor is a delta neutral option strategy that profits the most when the underlying asset does not move much, although it can be modified to have a bullish or bearish bias. Okay, so ideally here, we don't want the stock to move too much. Okay, but that could change. So we'll dive into what that means. Let us cover now how this works and how we can get there on the Webull platform. All right, guys, so we are back over on Webull. We're going to use Apple again as another example here in this video. And this platform, will leave a link down below. Say hi to George behind me. He's just strolling on by, waking up after his little nap. But the platform will be linked down below. You can get some free stocks when you sign up, or just sign up and don't deposit, and you can utilize everything for free, but you just don't get some free stocks. That's fine. You can follow along exactly with how we're going to go about this and do everything here and follow along just like us. So I'm on the Apple page. I have a option widget now pulled up. I'm going to dive into it. We're going to use the December 31st just because it's the end of the year. It makes it a little bit simpler. Now, where it says single option, I'm going to scroll down to Iron Condor, okay? They're going to do the work for us, and we are going to just click on what we want to click on and go right at it. I'm going to pick on this one right here, click on Control Buy, and I can, of course, adjust this as I see fit. So I'm going to use a width of 5, and what does that mean? That means between the strike prices that we're going to use here, I'm going to have $5 in between these different strikes. And so we're going to be buying an Iron Condor in this case. Now, if we wanted to go the exact route that we talked about in the intro, you'd have something that looks like this. So to get your profile to look like this, we actually want to go up into the top right and click on sell. Now we got the exact same thing. Okay, so you can play it 2 different ways. If you go ahead on the sell side, okay, what that's going to mean, if we go over to now the bottom left and go to our table, that's going to mean that our first leg, we're going to be buying a put. Second leg, we're going to sell a put. Third leg, we're going to sell a call. And then fourth leg, we're going to buy a call. If I were to click on the other side here, click on the side where it says sell, click on that, boom, and go to buy. We're on the buy side where we're going to start with a first leg, selling a put, next 2 legs, buying a put, buying a call, and then selling a call to finish things out. So that's all it really means. You can go different ways, and depending upon which way you go, that will change your profile, okay? So by going with it this way, here's our profile, okay? We make the most money when Apple finishes or expires at the expiration date in between 145 and 150 here in this case, which is between the put and the call that we sold, okay? The put and the call that we bought indicate kind of a range. And if we end up expiring either side of that range, we hit our max loss. Now our max loss in this case is roughly $59. And what is that? Because we are going to be getting a net credit on our account when we put this through. In this case, our credit is going to be $441. We're going to keep that $441 as long as Apple finishes by the expiration in between our 2 middle strikes, between that put and that call we sold, okay, on the sell side, okay? If I flip things around and go to the buy side, what's going to happen, guys? We're going to have to pay $441 initially to get in, and we want, on the buy side here, with this strategy where we're selling that put, buying a put, buying a call, and then buying a call, all in that progression, we want Apple to expire in either direction, up or down, okay? Right now, Apple's trading at $161, so if we were to put this through right now, we're already up here. As long as Apple doesn't fall back under 155, we're in the green, so we're going to pay $441. And ideally, we're going to be able to lock in $50+ in profit by the end of this because Apple should stay above this level. if that's what we think is going to happen. So when it comes down to the Iron Condor, it sounds confusing, but on Webull, it really simplifies it out because all you have to do is go to your option chain, click on, scroll down, go to the Condor, Iron Condor, and it will do it all for you. And there's not a bunch of different options. There's really kind of two ways to go about it. Back to the graph, back to the order entry here. I'm going to go to the sell side. When we're on the sell side, we're going to be getting a credit, okay? So when you want to adjust your limit price, ideally, the higher your limit price is, the more money you're going to make and the lower your risk is going to be, okay? So when you're putting your order in, I would recommend trying to increase that limit price because what Webull's doing is it's trying to get you filled at all 4 of these contracts, which they're all different contracts. They have the same expiration, but they're different contracts trading at different prices. And so they're kind of averaging it all out to give you a limit price that they can get you in at. Now that's great, but you may have to adjust that. So once you place your order, what you're going to have to do, click on this button right here, place your order. And if it doesn't fill, go into your current orders on Webull, which I can actually pull up. If I see, let's see, I add a widget right here. I go to trade and I go to orders. I can actually pull this up right here. It'll have me a page just like this. In this case, a bunch of stocks that I have, some open sell orders, good to canceled sells. But you'll go into your orders, click on these 3 dots, control click on that or click on those dots, modify that order, and you can go ahead and modify your limit price to get in or get out at a level that you see fit, okay? That's pretty much how it works when it comes down to it for entering these positions, okay? So know that when you're going into it. A great place to always go if you have any questions would be the comments down below, but also come back to Investopedia if you want to learn more and read more. I know I like to visualize it, so personally, the best way for me to learn, the best way for me to see things is start messing around. I go onto Webull, I start pulling up the Iron Condor, I start changing strikes, I start changing expirations, I start changing limit prices, and I start to identify what makes the most sense, what trade has a high probability of being profitable, and then what do I actually want to take as my trade. And that would be the best way to go about it. So we'll leave links down below to Webull to get those free stocks when you sign up to get access to the exact same trading platform right here. Even as next day option settlement. So that's a great place to go for options trading as well these days. I appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Links and resources to any other things you need to know down below, as well as a technical analysis trading course if you guys want to dive deeper into that, understanding technicals, understanding key levels, understanding all that. That would be a great place to go. That'll be linked down below in the description box, as well as we have plenty more that came from here on the channel, playlist upon playlist, learning Webull, learning different option strategies, learning different candlestick strategies. Check those out. There's some great stuff for you there, and we hope to see you guys in a future video. Hit that thumbs up button, consider subscribing. See you guys in the next one. Peace.